the UK is open for business. We want to do business with every country in the world. We have a particular affection for Algeria. I've actually read quite a lot of Algerian poetry, in French mostly. I haven't read I know there are lots of other Algerian poets, and it's one of your great traditions, which probably we ought to know more about in the UK. Unfortunately, the only literary thing that we end up knowing about Algeria is from Albert Camus, which doesn't really help very much. So I'm keen on us exploring ways in which we can not only enhance our commercial relationship, but our cultural relationship as well between our different countries and our different peoples, because I think there are so many things that we can learn from one another. But when it comes to trade especially, I believe in the rules-based order. I believe that if somebody signs a contract, they should honour it. I believe if somebody signs a treaty, they should honour it. And that's the way we want to do our trade business around the world. And that's why I think it's so important that we have a World Trade Organization that sets rules that we all, nearly all of us, abide by. And that governs the way in which we want to establish our relationships with other countries.
I know how we all started. I have to thank Michael Thomas, who was then head of the Middle East Association. But in 2005, in February, I was invited out to address a UK-Algerian trade conference. And the previous month, Baroness Liz Simons, who would have been with us tonight, she went out there in January, and she was the Minister of State under Tony Blair. And she said to the Prime Minister then, you know what, I know you're very engaged with Libya, but I'm going to look at a really big country with a huge amount of resources, Algeria. So she invited herself, and she met with President Bouteflika, she met with all the government, and she came, she conquered, and she left. But they had a feeling, you know what, I'm not sure we're going to get her back. But a month later, Madame Olver arrives. So they thought, well, let's have a go. And my co-founder, Arslan Chikawi, is really the messenger from the government to say, can we not develop a much closer relationship on the trade side between Algeria and the United Kingdom? And that's how it all started. Sadly, my dear co-founder Arslan is in Algiers right now. I regard him like a brother, and this is really why Algeria magicked for me, because yes, we had a purpose, but also we had a friendship, and we had something that was very enduring. So 20 years, I remember, Michael, you were with me. That first visit, Algeria was very different from today. Algiers airport was basically, well, a shed. And the luggage was put on the ground and you picked it up. Mind you, I rather liked that. But nonetheless, go forward 20 years, Algeria is a very modern country. And don't feel, because not many people outside this room realize how important it is, they don't realize it has got heaving motorways, it's got heaving middle class, it's got a heaving independent commercial sector, thriving, enterprising, hardworking. This is Algeria today. Absolutely wonderful to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Algeria-British Business Council. I came out to Algeria in 2005 to open a trade conference. Since then, the relationship with Algeria has just rocketed. I fell in love with the country. I had a co-founder, Monsieur Arslan Chikawi, and together we built up a relationship between the Algeria and the British on trade and friendship. So what better thing to do today, celebrate 20 years. I passed the mantle on to Martin Roper, distinguished ambassador, who's giving it new drive, new energy, but I'll always remain with Algeria. My heart will always be there. Just regard me as the grandmother of the ABBC. That is my honor and my privilege. I will still be there.
In Algeria, British Business Council, if it wasn't for Lady Olga Maitland, and as we all know, to carry that on for 20 years is really quite extraordinary. So I'm going to come back to Lady Olga's role because I've got a few other things to say. But I mean, the one thing when I think about Olga's contribution, I don't think there is a British citizen in the history of UK and Algeria who has had more impact on human relations between the UK and Algeria. I struggle to think of another example. So anyway, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So first of all, I do want to thank our sponsors tonight. We have Yassine Bouhara, who will be speaking shortly. Yassine is a fabulous supporter of ABBC. He is our vice chairman. He does lots and lots of other things, president of Tel Group and lots of other organisations, but he's always there when we need him, and he is the backbone. He is, when we talk about the experts and the knowledge and the expertise behind the scenes, he is the key person, and we really rely on his help a lot. So Yassine, thank you for sponsoring us again. We really appreciate it. We also have two new sponsors this year, two companies that went on our very successful trade mission to Algeria in September. That's Date Palm Developments, and yes, we are going to be selling robust date palms, which are unique in the world, to Algeria. And when I was ambassador in Algiers, Olga, I think you were even though you didn't live in Algiers, you visited my residence more than anybody else. So I mean, you were very active, and that was fantastic. And the ABBC wouldn't be what it is today if you hadn't been there at the very beginning with Arslan Shikawi. So I think we all want to pay tribute to you, to thank you. Lady Olga has stepped back into an honorary president role, but she's there for me. She's providing lots of help and advice as I've taken on this role for the last year. But I do want to thank you, and we have a little gift. It's just a small gift. You'll be able to put it in your purse to take home. So I will. Fit in your purse. So I will.
That's definitely not gonna fit in your purse.
Oh, wonderful!
So we know you have lots of pictures at your home, but I hope you can find room for this one.
How wonderful! Let's have a photograph of everyone together. How wonderful! And that's
isn't it nice?
It's just what I love. Just what I love. And the scene is, it's in Gaudaia.
Yep,
and
it's fantastic.
It's absolutely. And the women, they're covered up, and they can only show one eye when they're walking in public. So that's the lady there, struggling through the street. And if they're carrying a shopping and the child, they're quite stressed, but they do it terribly well. It's a magical picture.
Anyway, we will help get that home for you. We won't expect you to put it into your handbag.
We don't know. Wonderful.
So that was all I wished to say now. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming.
Stand for long hours. I'm going to be very brief. So again, I like to give immense tribute to Lady Olga. I think I'm not the Algerian authorities, but if I had the power, I will grant her Algerian citizenship, and she will actually deserve that. So we've changed the formula, as you can see. We used to do a seated dinner, and with the decisions to make it a cocktail. There is a lot of potential mingling between all of you. There is a lot of opportunities. We had a fantastic session this morning talking about agriculture and agricultural technology at the Algerian Embassy this morning. This is a very important subject. If I want to leave you with one thought before you move ahead, Algeria is now the third largest economy in Africa. And therefore, if you're a UK business and you look at Algeria, don't only think of the 45 million potential consumers that are in Algeria. Algeria is a door gate to hundreds of millions of consumers, and most probably, if not, the most powerful entry door to Africa. And the commitment of the authorities in Algeria and the leadership to diversify the economy is now taking place. It is visible, it is real, it is not conceptual anymore. And I believe that this is one of the greatest opportunities for the United Kingdom. So the time is coming. Don't miss the boat. And like we like to say, invest in Algeria. Thank you. So for one more year, we are at the Chamber of Lords, where we have the cocktail reception of the Algeria-British Business Council. It went very well, actually. Attendance was one of the best attendance we ever had. It followed what we did this morning at the Algerian Embassy on the agri-tech and agriculture opportunities. It is the 20th anniversary of the Algeria-British Business Council, which was founded by Lady Olga Maitland, a member of the British Parliament. And I have to say that over the last 20 years, we've seen substantial progress in the relationship between Algeria and the United Kingdom. During this session, we've had a lot of high-level conversation. British minister came and honored the council and hosted the cocktail as well, made a speech. I can definitely see that Algeria is on the right path. It is the third largest economy in Africa. It is moving very fast, and I believe that the UK now realize that Algeria is not only a 45 million consumer market, but the gate to hundreds of millions of consumers of Africa. Algeria, with its infrastructure, its scale, its size and history, is the best gate to Africa that is available today for any investors. So I encourage British investors to look at Algeria, and for the Algerian, hommes d'affaires, investors, business community, look at the United Kingdom. It is a recipient for your exports that you should not underestimate.